Dr. Andre Glenn, creator of 360 Combat. Today I'm going to show from the emails I get from the military soldiers that I train. They want to learn how to use this effectively with resistance, against resistance. So when you're using a knife of this manner, if you notice, you have the serrated edge and the sharp blade. If you notice on mine, mine is sharpened on the top also, because I like going and reverse slashes. Your serrated edge, because this knife is being cut this way, it cuts with the serrated edge first, which cuts through clothes, and then the blade finishes off through the flesh. So that's why you guys that have serrated edge knives, that's what they're for. Cut through clothing to get to the meat. You're fighting a soldier, he has thick armor on, vest, things of this nature. You want to cut through the clothing to get to the meat. Or I want to stab through the clothing. Make sure that blade is always sharp, gentlemen. My blade is sharp on both ends. On both ends, both sides. Very sharp. I take the back side. I can cut with it also. And with the shredded on the bottom, I can really work at it and slash. Find something like this to give you a little resistance in your thrust, so you understand about your grip and style. Some people grip it like this, some people grip it like this. Make sure you're strong, body of alignment. Grip straight from the center mass of the body, especially for the thrusters. My target is only this wide. So when you see people teaching knife and stick fighting, and you're going all over here and all over here and all over here, well, in combat, my person is right here. So I only have to go here. So if I am going to use a technique or a system, whichever technical system I use, make sure I keep it within this time frame. This short time frame and short width of a person's body. There's no need to be doing these big motions, because that's not going to work in combat. Because by the time I get over here, he's trapped. By the time I get over here, he's trapped. By the time I get over here, he's trapped and blocked. No, I want it in here. So if you're going to do, just say 12 strikes, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Or you break it down this way. If you're slicing the pie, you know, however you use it, whichever techniques you prefer to use, make sure you use them with due diligence, and make sure you use them 101% and with both hands. So it doesn't make a difference what I do, I can do it with both hands. This hand might get injured in combat. So boom, my gun hand, I can't get to my weapon, I can't use this. This hand gets shot. Now if I was only a one-handed knife fighter, I'll take this out the box now. Now this hand is out of play. I have to be able to use this hand to do what I want to do with it. And use this hand efficiently and effectively. So when you look at a reverse grip, it's good for slashing, it's good for thrusting. It's very hard to defend a lot of thrusts, especially in a reverse grip position. Let the knife lead. So I put the knife here, I push my body. My knife does the work. So it's a reverse grip. Body weight's behind this. So if a person jab, 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 I can jab like I'm doing boxing. Jab, jab, jab. Okay? It's forward, jab, jab, jab. Make sure that thrust is good. Center mass, push it straight out. Center mass of the person's body. I'm not doing it here, coming here. I'm doing it here. Straight out at you. Straight out at you. So this can be blocked very easily. This can be blocked very easy. But I want this. I want straight up and down. So I hit, hit, hit. This line. So split that person between the eyes, straight down. That's what the line I want right there. That's where that strike goes. That's where that strike goes. It's a reverse. I'm going center. With all these strikes, I'm going center. I'm pulling. I'm pulling. I'm hitting thighs, stomach, shoulders, heart, face, neck, and eyes. Okay? So make sure you use this to your advantage. So a lot of people ask me about why do I personalize or customize my knives. Like I explained before, I sharpen this one on both sides instead of just on one side. Well, traditionally, when you have knives on one side, I can only use it on that one side. So I have to turn knife over, turn knife over, turn knife over. But if it's sharp on both sides, I can come and cut you with this one. I can come and cut you with this one. So when it comes to traps, things of this nature, I can come across here and cut. I don't want that person to feel safe when he's grabbing the back of my knife or his arm against the back of my knife. I want to be able to cut him with the back of my knife. You know, same position here. I don't want him to feel safe. I want him to feel that he's gonna get cut. Because when you play with knives, you get cut. No question about this. When you play with knife, you're gonna get cut. It depends on your skill level, how much you practice, or how much you bleed. If you bleed in training, you'll bleed less in combat. That's in fighting, NHB, whatever the case it may be. You have to train. So that's why with these knives, sometimes you may have to customize it. The Russians, they customize their sights on the AK-47 to be able to use it as a cutting weapon. So when they put it around, the guy try to trap the weapon, they boom, put it around the person's arm and be able to cut the arm with the sights, with the front sight, or be able to cut a person's throat with the front sight, like a bayonet. So understand, some of these weapons you got to customize. I don't care if it's the handgun, you know, that you carry. I don't care what the case may be. Even your hand-to-hand system. Some guys, and especially the Armed Forces and Marine Corps, Rangers, Delta Force, you know, Navy SEALs. You know, I wish everybody had time to really train. Sometimes they only get a short period of time to train. You know, each weapon is an extension of you. If you don't put a lot of time in that weapon, it's like learning how to write or anything else. If you don't sit there and learn how to write over and over again, you're not gonna be able to use this weapon the same way. So if you're just sitting there and you never use it, you never sit there and move with it, when you get in combat, you know what you're gonna do with it. So understand that everything has to be customized to you. Your tactical gear, what you carry, how many rounds you carry, everything has to be customized. So make sure that when you're in combat, you don't take anything into combat that you're not comfortable with, you're not familiar with. If you never had a hand-to-hand combat training or building into your clearing training, and you go into a building into your clearing situation, and you're uncomfortable with it or you're uncertain about the techniques, why are you even going in there? Catch the person before he goes in there, or catch the person when they come back out. So all that training has to do with making sure that this is a primary weapon. Train with it every day.